there, Cerise here. Thank you so much for joining me. Good morning, afternoon, or evening. Guys, there's a lot going on in the world right now. And whether it has something to do with something spooky, something scary, something underhanded, we always have to realize that where there is good, there too lies bad. And likewise, where there is bad, there too lies good. I was speaking to a client yesterday in Canada, and she was so thrilled with the new rules in Canada because for a long time she has been struggling with finances. She has 4 children, and the father refuses to give her a monthly, if you will, allowance, a monthly support standard where she can say he is actually contributing. This woman has been struggling from time. This woman has gone from a big, beautiful house in Woodbridge. Let me just turn that back on airplane mode because it's getting busy here in my day. Alrighty, so back to this lady. She was in a big, beautiful house in Woodbridge in Ontario. Gorgeous, gorgeous, just outside of Toronto. She had her 4 children. She had her husband. All of her children are only a year apart. So she was pregnant for like 5.5 years straight, pretty much. Like, if you will, 5 years straight, I guess. And so she was a very loyal wife. Very, very much into her husband, giving him the massage, that whole king treatment, cooking, cleaning, the old-fashioned housewife type of duties. Italian woman. I'm 48 right now. It's 2020. And she's 8 years younger than me right now. So she was really holding it down at a very young age, with very young children. Fast forward. Her husband started to become abusive. He would, sometimes get a little high and drunk, and then he would get bossy, and then for the whole night she would feel like she'd have to sleep with their kids and hide them away from him, and then the next morning he'd be hungover, demanding food and being mean. She had enough of it, so she left him. When she left him, she had to go into government housing. She felt blessed that she had government housing at the time. Yes, she didn't like going from her beautiful estate all the way to the hood, but she did it. She did it with her 4 kids like a champ, like a soldier. She just picked up and left. He was angry about it for a lot of years. A lot of years. At the time when she left, her youngest was still a baby. Just to give you a good hint on that. Her youngest was still a little baby. So she did it though. And she stood on her own. She's been battling him back and forth going to court. At the same time, when she was battling him going back and forth to court, he was making good money and not giving her a cent. And on top of that, her lawyer forgot to get her child support, only got her shared custody. No, sorry, complete custody. Could you imagine? He forgot to get her the one thing she was going in for. So now she's suing the lawyer. And she's also still waiting on her divorce. So with all that being said, no child support, no divorce, still suing the lawyer, waiting for everything to go through the courts. Hustling every day now because she's had to work for the last few years as well for herself and for her children to hold it down for 4 kids. For food alone makes her cry, because she wants her children to eat well and be happy, and she feeds them healthy as well. And, sometimes when we have our soul coaching sessions, she will cry just because she's so happy to have a conversation with me that she can afford once a month to get things up off her chest. It's amazing how much this woman has jumped into the murky water, muck and mud, quicksand, got to the other side with 4 other bodies and made it. Now I know that she was struggling for many years. And now with this whole entire staying in the house and everyone in lockdown, she's happy. She looks at it as a blessing from God because not only is she getting a break from work, her child tax credit, which is a credit that the government gives to low-income parents, single parents, and stuff of that nature, low-income families, her child tax credit is going up $300 per child, okay, until further notice. That right there is her rent every month. And on top of that, she also makes a government check already from the government. She probably already gets over $1,000 for those 4 kids already. So now she's going to be able to pay more every month for her children, even though she's not able to take them out anywhere like to Wonderland or to any of those excursions during March break, and they do have to stay home. They will be going between their dad's house and her house. So that will be the activities for them. Now, she looks at it as a blessing in disguise. She's like, thank you, God, thank you. But now I have another client who was on the verge of losing her home. She got a double mortgage on her home. She borrowed against her home, and she lost her job just before she was gone into quarantine. Just lost it like a week before she was let go of. Nothing to do with anything, just the fact that the company was going down and she got let go of. So she was already late on all her bills. She was already about to realize that she'd have to foreclose on her house. When she gets out of quarantine, that's it. She knows the house is no longer hers. So during quarantine, she's actually packing up all her boxes, all her belongings. You know, she's going through a very sad time. She's not able to look for an apartment during this time because, obviously, for obvious reasons. She's not able to find a new job for obvious reasons as well. She has no money. Her credit card is no longer working. Going into quarantine, she was hoping that she could somehow borrow some money from someone just before quarantine. Now that it's quarantine, she doesn't know who to borrow money from because most of her family, they are not wealthy and they don't have a lot of money to go around. They need their own credit cards. They can't afford to pay for her and her family. She's scared. She doesn't know what to do. She's afraid. She's thinking about after she packs up her boxes and everything that she's owned all her life to just leave it in the house, lock up the house, and go to a shelter. Because in a shelter, even though it's not her home and it's not her safety, she can at least get food and eat. This is what her fear is, not being able to feed her son. One child, and she cannot feed him right now. Yes, she's also getting the child tax credit, and she will also get an extra $300 per month. But that extra $300 per month is not enough to pay for her rent. If she goes and finds another place miraculously during this time, it will definitely not pay for her mortgage and the mortgage that she owes. She's afraid that her electricity is going to get turned off at any moment. I don't know what the rules are right now because I don't know what the rules are. I don't live in Canada any longer, and I don't know if that is put on hold or not. I would assume that the electrical company is closed as well, and that if anybody is in arrears, their electricity will still be on until the end of this term of quarantine. But we never know, and she doesn't either. And she's at the point right now where she just wants to give in. She wants to throw in the towel, but she's staying alive because of her son. She does not want her son to be left alone, especially during this time. She told me yesterday I gave her a free session because she needed it. She needed it. She messaged me and she said to me she has absolutely not one red cent, not one loonie, not one toonie. A loonie is a dollar coin in Canada, and a toonie is a $2 coin in Canada. She does not have any at all. No money in the bank, no money in a piggy bank in her house, not 5 cents, and she doesn't know what to do. She told me she doesn't know of any food banks that are open at the time either. I don't know what's happening with the food banks in Toronto because they're usually open, rain or shine, snowstorm. So I don't know what's happening. If you are in Toronto, can you please message me so I can make a post about it on my Facebook page? I would love to help people in Toronto and give them the resources that they need right now. There are people talking about starving in Toronto. Their credit cards are not paid. Their credit cards are bouncing. Their bank accounts are empty. They're scared. The other side of the coin in her world, she doesn't feel like the quarantine is a blessing. She doesn't want the rest from the world. She wants to go get a job. She doesn't want a rest from her work at all. She needs to make money to pay off that double mortgage. You see, so around the world right now, you may be on the side of the coin where you are looking at this as amazing, an amazing time to regroup, to relax, to reform a new you. And that is fabulous. I encourage it. I am inspired myself right now by recreating the new me. I can't recreate myself enough. I'm always recreating myself. Every place I moved to in the last couple of years that I've been living here, almost 2 years, I have moved 7 times. Wait, I moved 8 times. But one place I moved back into. So 7 different places. And in each place, I recreated myself according to my environment. And I love it. I treasure it. I cherish every little experience, every little lesson, every little challenge. And speaking about challenges, this is a challenge right now for everyone, even if it is a blessing for them or if they feel like it's a curse. How could it be a challenge if it's a blessing? Well, a change in and of itself can be a challenge. It can challenge you to better yourself. Or this quarantine can challenge you to accept things that you cannot change. And if you are going through something that is tough to accept, if you are experiencing this woman's dilemma, please pray. Please meditate. There is power in meditation. There is power in positive thinking. There is power in faith, not fear. Fear will weaken you. Fear will tear you down. But there is power in positive thinking. So please, if your struggle is so hard for you right now, take that struggle and give it over to God. Just give it away. Please, don't even focus on it. Don't even concentrate on it. Concentrate on the beauty at the end of the tunnel. Look at yourself as going through the fire right now to come out bronze, gold. Look at yourself as being the one person that can go through what you're going through, but still stand strong. Even if you're crawling at the end, you will still be strong enough to say you survived through it. Please, if you are going through any hardship, don't be afraid to share it with your friends and your family at this time. They will need you. Just a few weeks ago, about a month and a half ago, there was a woman that I knew here from the States. and she went broke here, literally went broke. But my friend Gustavo and my friend Inez and also myself, we helped her. We helped her to get out of the place she was in because it was $500 a month for rent and she couldn't afford it. We got her in a $200 apartment rent, and she didn't have that money. She only had the 200 that the prior landlord gave her to get out of the apartment. But she still needed $100 for the security deposit of the new place. So I said to her, listen, do you have anybody in the United States that can help you? Any friends or any family? She was ashamed to ask. She didn't want to ask anyone at all. But I told her, you have no choice. You really have no choice at all. Because I didn't know her very well at all, and I didn't want to get into the habit of lending out $100 to strangers. You know what I'm saying? And so she ended up contacting me, and she said, Cerise, I listened to you, and I contacted my friend, and my friend is sending $100 tomorrow via Western Union. And I was like, yes, you see, that's nice. We're not always going to be in a position of wealth. We're not always going to be in a position of health. But when we are in a position of wealth and health, we should share, like how that woman's friend sent her $100, as much as we can. And at a time like this, we can share just something as small as a pack of spaghetti. This woman learned at that time who her friends were, yes. But she also learned a valuable lesson at that time is, you know what? Don't be so prideful that you make yourself fall. This is a time, quarantine is a time, where you must humble yourself. You can't hide behind credit cards. You can't hide behind loans. You have to humble yourself. Be yourself. Be one with yourself and center with your reality. And if you need something, reach out. People are there to help you. And if not, there will be resources, I'm sure. I will find out where the resources are in Canada for food banks. Okay? If any of you who are listening to this and you live around the world and you know of any resources that are available to people who have humble incomes, please let us know in the comment area. Please let us know whether it's New York, Philadelphia, whether it's California. If there's stores that are giving discounts at this time, please let us know so we can pay it forward, so we can share the information of people who may not know. There could be people right now around the world and they are visiting. They couldn't make it out of the country in time. They don't speak the language, but they may watch the videos and be able to copy and paste the English words into Google Translator. Like my friend Randor. Hi, Randor. And Santo Domingo. Randor's been checking on me. Thank you so much, sweetheart. We've never met in person before, but Randor is Dominican. He's an electrician. He's going to like that I'm talking about him right now, too. He's a sweetheart. So Randor, he's an electrician in Santo Domingo, and we've been talking for many, many months now, almost a year. And he watched my videos and he hit me up on WhatsApp. And he said to me, I'm learning English. And oh my gosh, in almost a year of talking now, his English is amazing. Randor, I gotta tell you, your English is doing so well. And I talk to you in Spanish, you talk to me in English, and you tell me too that my Spanish is getting better. And I'd like to thank you at this moment for watching my videos and everyone else that watches my videos. But Randor is an example of somebody who watches the YouTube videos and he could not understand at the beginning. He was watching my videos because he said my English is easy to understand. And he said that I speak very good English, so it's easy for him to comprehend. And I said, oh, thank you for that, And then he started to go into the comment areas and then Google and translate the comments. That's real deal Holyfield. That's some serious studying, and I'm proud of him. But he's not the only one, and there are other people like that around the world who will be watching videos around the world to understand and to comprehend where the resources are for them. I know there's a lot of people in Toronto that are very, very poor, and they were living from welfare check to welfare check. And this happened at a time when welfare checks were not out, so they couldn't run to the stores to go stock up anything. And by welfare checks, I mean government assistance. And they couldn't run and go stock up. What were they supposed to do? What if the shelves are empty when their government check is in? They're panicking right now. What if the banks don't do what they have to do? What if the mailmen decide to stop? There are so many things that could happen with people who are living on a fixed income. We have to think about those people right now as well. This is a blessing in disguise for some of you. This is a big blessing for others. For others, you may be feeling that this is a curse. But please, know that God is in everything, around everything. And this will be a blessing in disguise for you as well. Spread your wings. Get out there. Meet people on the internet. I know it's hard to get out there physically, but figuratively speaking, get on the internet. Share your struggles with people. Let people know what you're going through. There are a lot of kind hearts all around the world, and people will share. My friend Gustavo right now, he helped that same woman I told you about that was looking for an apartment and was almost homeless here. He helped her out. He actually took her food one day. He took her an avocado one day when she didn't have any food. That may not seem like a lot of food to you guys around the world, an avocado, but the avocados here are bigger than your hand. And on top of that, they are quite fleshy and filling. And on top of that, it can be a meal. And most importantly, Gustavo does not have a lot of money himself. So that's where the thought counts. And Gustavo now is hungry. And he has no minutes on his cell phone. So today he's coming to meet me at my house. And we're going to go out and we're going to get him some minutes on his cell phone. And I'm going to get him some spaghetti and some spaghetti sauce and some noodles so he can have something to eat at his house. I know he's not used to all that, but I'm going to get him some rice as well so he could eat rice every day, and I cook every day as well. So, I'm not just going to cook for one. And there's also some days across the street at Elsa's, my good friend Elsa, who has a restaurant across the street. Hers is 125 pesos a day. That's $2.50 a day for a meal, which is not bad, but I'm not going to go every day, but I will go some days to help stimulate her restaurant business. So there's little things that we can do. I'm not a really big bread eater at all, but I'm going to buy some bread so I can make some sandwiches. And if any kids next door need them, I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to wait until about the 15th day. Right now it's the 5th day. But the reason why I'm going to wait until the 15th day is because I too have to make sure things stretch. And I know on the 15th day, things will get really, really spotted and a little, they could, I'm only predicting, a little unpredictable, so I want to make sure that I keep my wits about me, my senses about me. And then when people start asking, then of course I'm going to start sharing, because this is my home and these are my people. And these are the same people that have been here for me when I first came here almost 2 years ago, like a little baby, a real baby, alone. And these people right here in these stomping grounds where I'm at in Los Charamicos are the ones who took me in and showed me where I can get an apartment. They teach me Spanish every day. everything I need to know. They have been feeding me from time. So, of course, I'm going to pay it forward 100%. And I'm actually looking forward to it. It's just me and my dog here. I still work online, and I mean, not with apartments, and not with Americans coming down. You guys have totally stopped. Any tourism has completely come to a halt. All you guys have stopped coming down. So obviously, because nobody can. But I got to tell you, there's a lot of you who love it a lot. And a lot of you guys are getting to me and you're like, you're stuck in America. Literally, those words, stuck in America. I'm like, ooh, wow, okay. And it is wonderful. I feel blessed. I feel like I'm on the blessed end of the coin, to be honest with you, because I'm here. I have a wonderful apartment. I have a wonderful landlord. I have wonderful friends that are like family. I have my dog as my favorite companion. And I love being alone, to be honest with you. I am one of those people who enjoy time alone. I now can do a lot of writing. I don't have to go out and meet anybody right now for the next 23 days. I get all my time to me, to write, to read, to train Noche. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. There's no walks. I mean, obviously she's going to go stir crazy because the only walk she's going to get is, downstairs to go pee pee and poo poo. That's it. Like, I'm not even allowing her to walk with me over to Elsa's because I don't want her, picking up any dirt in the street or anything. Not that there is anything here in the street, just to calm you guys down. There hasn't been any reported cases here in Sosua at all. However, I still want to be careful. So, again, on that side of the coin, I do feel blessed to be where I'm at. Now, if you are not feeling blessed and you're hating on your life right now, again, please contact me and I will see if I can give your number out to anyone in Toronto, or I can put your information out on Facebook and I can share your information with the world and even put your name in the caption, not the caption, in the comments down below. Please. It doesn't matter. I'm Canadian. I may not be able to help you in America, but a lot of Americans watch my videos as well. So please, don't hesitate to put your name at the bottom and get a little help. Now, I'm not saying that someone's going to send you money, and I'm not encouraging you guys to send money at all. Please, don't be sending money to strangers around the world at this time because you may need it for yourself. But if you are located in an area and you know someone that can get food to someone, whether it's a can of Spam meat, a can of, tuna, get it to someone if you can. Okay, I know I'm reaching out there right now. I know I'm reaching far, but you never know who can connect with who, especially when it comes to the internet, especially when it comes to kind hearts and God's children. We all need to come together as one, and there will be an avenue set for you to go on, for you to get what you need. Okay, guys? So if you do have some extra money around and you are a single person, you don't have a huge family, or if you do have a huge family and you are very wealthy and you are watching this and you do want to pay a couple of bucks forward and help provide for a family, please let me know. I would love to help that connection happen. Okay, guys? There's also something else. That my client sent me yesterday about Canada and about Trudeau sending money to people who need help abroad to get back home or to eat of something. You have to apply for it. So there is that information that I have. If you contact me privately, I will give you that post that my client sent me, and as well I will post it in my community here on YouTube. You know how it has the about part portion and then the video portion. Well, when you slide across, you'll see the community portion, and that's where I can make private posts for everyone without video, and I will put that post in there. Okay, I will do it today. And that way you will be able to see the address that you have to contact if you're Canadian for any type of help if you are abroad and you need to get home. What else? Yeah. So this is a blessing, people. It is a blessing. It gives us all time to think. But those of you who are struggling with worldly concerns, especially being settled, please meditate. If you need help meditating, I have meditation videos I can throw your way. I also have meditation videos on this channel that I've done over 5 years ago, as I've been in the soul coaching business for over 16 years, over 20 years now. Excuse me. And on the radio and television, and I've been doing this business for a long time. So I know about meditation, and I know how it can change your life, and I know how you can manifest beauty in your life, how you can manifest brightness even when you are in the midst of darkness. I know how to get out of it, and I can help you. But this video is not about that. This video is about helping yourself at this moment. There are resources out there to help you. No matter what side of the coin you're on, just know things are going to get even better. Thank you guys for listening. Please don't forget to remember. Here we go. Don't forget to remember that people are out there counting on you. Thank you so much for joining me. I love you. And you guys have a wonderful day. Blesses.